Okay. Let's, I think, kick this off quite quickly. I've got a question. I like talking, and I've got a question for Ivan. I was doing a session in London not that long ago where the question was, is this the death of the specialist? That means we've had the growth of digital agencies and interactive agencies and all these other people, but now everyone wants to go integrated. Everybody wants 360 degrees. So, question for Ivan, is this have we seen the death of the specialist?
Yeah. Thanks. Within Big Spaceship, we tend to think that specialists are useful, but as part of an integrated team. So all of our teams actually consist of design, development, strategy, and production working together. But our approach to it is actually that for best in class, especially in digital, you don't generally get all of the skills you need in any one shop, that you increasingly need to be able to work really well between agencies. And so we have been working on partnerships with a lot of different agencies who have very deep specific skill sets. But no, I would say specialists, as long as they are good at working with other teams and understanding how to fit into each other's workflows, are actually still incredibly valuable.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's kind of the question I was asked for. And that, I think, brings us on to collaboration. Certainly, from Mother's perspective, we know we can't employ all the best people in the world to deliver certain things. And it was interesting with Kessel's... Sorry? Oh, I thought someone said something. With Kessel's Chroma, working with collaborating on projects with a whole different range of people. Is there a special thing that you need to do to collaborate effectively? How does that work? I mean, we're in good people share. Is that what the trick is?
Possibly. When I first wanted to get into advertising, I really wanted to do everything, and it just doesn't work out like that. I think you can beg, borrow, and steal, and plagiarise sometimes, whatever you like. And I think you need to rely on people. There are specialists in the field, and they should be relied upon.
I agree. Very easy.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll just ask anyone in the panel if they've got any questions for anybody. I mean, you guys have been blogging away. You must have some questions.
Yep. For guys in Kessel Chroma, since you don't have an account as active, how do you focus on how much time do you spend in the account as active work, and how do you handle with production? Since you have so many different, such a variety of things you produce in the agency, inside the agency, outside the agency, how is this going?
Well, we think everybody is an account executive in the company. I think because that slide with the head chopped off, that was not very nice, and I don't mean it disrespectful. But there's an account role for everyone. For the planners in the company, there's an account role when they try to convince clients to make the right choices in the briefs and in the directions they're going. For creatives, there's an account role when they try to convince them of the translation of these strategies into great creative. And for producers, there's an account role to help them throughout this process and not getting nervous and rely on the timings and the budgets they gave us in the first place. So that work is divided in the process. And it doesn't really matter if that work is traditional or non-traditional. The principle remains, because you have to have have a good idea. Once you have that idea, you determine on how you want to translate it in which media, and then you find either internal or external partners to work with.
But that time sheet control is a problem for you. Do you, Kessel Chroma, control the time that people spend in one client, attending one client, convincing one client?
No, but the thing is, Kessel Chroma is sometimes 50 companies, because the teams we create around clients are 3 or 4 people max, and they control their own time. We don't have a traffic department, which a lot of companies have, which tells creatives or planners, you have to finish this on that time. They agree with the client on the timings. And to be honest, there's a big negative on how we are organized, is the size. You can't grow. At one point, you reach the limits of your organization, because I don't underestimate the role of traffic managers or account managers. You know, you need them.
Can I come in on that? And because at Mother, we have no account people as well. In the UK, we have 120 people. In New York, about 60, and in Buenos Aires, about 40. Our account, we have the single biggest account in the UK called Boots, which is worth about £40 million a year, and we have no account people on it. We do Stella Artois globally, and we have no account people on it. And it works. It absolutely works. We've got no systems. We've got no electronic systems. We've got no real process. What we find is, because obviously we're primarily a creative agency, that's our thing. If clients are talking to creatives and strategists, they get the passion. The creatives will sell their work with passion, and it won't go through an account guy. You just need good producers. I think that's what we found with Stella, which is a nightmare account to work on. It's huge and it's really complicated, but we have not one account person, no account director, no business manager or anything, and it really works. It works.
And there's one other thing: if the moment you cut out the middleman, the client, it's very difficult to be brutally honest with a creative. So it's easier to bitch about creatives to your account manager, but try put that client across that creative, which put all their energy in that work, and it becomes a different story. And although I say it's difficult to be brutally honest, in the long run, when they build up a relationship, it becomes very direct and very honest. But it's much easier having a client say directly to a creative, or phone up a copywriter about something, or an art director or a producer about something, when they're bothered with it, and don't go to middlemen. Because God knows they try. They always pick the weakest link in the team. And weakest is not a negative thing, but the person who's easygoing. You go for them, and you try to get them to tell the message. And what we train our people to do is just directly just cut it off and just tell them, talk to the creative or talk to the producer.
I mean, it means for us, we can't work with some clients. They don't like it, so we fall out quickly and they leave. But that means we only work with clients that we want to work with, who want us for what we're best at, and that's really important. Sorry, yeah.